I think that there's obviously a lot of talk about unconscious bias within recruiting, and I think there are lots of things that we can talk about, around that, how to avoid it, how to be aware of it. But also, I think there is probably some conscious bias going on, that actually people are making decisions to, employ people who they think will, fit into their culture, or who are very similar to the people they've already got. And actually, while not necessarily malicious, there perhaps is some more conscious bias going on there than unconscious bias. And so I think that there are things that companies do that they shouldn't be doing. That's where we really get into unconscious bias, because I think that lots of companies are trying to do this, but they find that almost seemingly no matter what they do, they're not they're either not attracting the people that the right mix of people into their recruitment process in the first place, or those people aren't getting jobs, or those people aren't staying within the business. And sometimes companies can kind of really scratch their head as to why that is. And a lot of it is unconscious bias within the organisation that's sort of baked into the recruitment process, all the way from recruitment marketing to when people sort of join the business and beyond, basically. And that can sort of be anything like hiring managers in interviews, choosing candidates that they have a good feeling about, and they can't really explain why they want to hire that person. And there could be some unconscious bias that they're hiring people like them, or hiring people that get kind of similar to people on their team. You all the way back through to recruitment marketing, the kind of the imagery that people use, or the way that recruitment processes are set up can also reflect unconscious bias, have unconscious bias built into them.
What messages are we sending or perpetuating internally about what we value? What behaviors and even backgrounds and experiences or education are being recognized and rewarded? What are we doing to combat that internally? And how can we start to really dive deeper in that? Because those are the kind of things where we can start to creep in that sort of unconscious bias during the recruiting process. And so we have to do our research, identify and build programs to support diverse staff once they're with us, but then also ensure that we are consistently across the journey communicating that to our staff, to our employees, to our hiring teams, and ensuring that they are aware that they're fully bought in and can effectively communicate and speak to what we're doing and the changes that we're making in a genuine and transparent way to diverse candidates as well. And I think it's important to really implement particular tools. There's lots of tools out there, like AI screening tools that research shows can really help with mitigating bias at the screening process, and working with these tools to really ask questions or review resume content as it relates directly to skills required for success in the role, right? We know that research shows that even someone's name can have an impact on maybe what we think of a candidate, who we think they are, what their background might be. And again, this is no slight to an individual. We all have biases, right? And so these are just steps that we can take to hopefully de-bias the interview process as much and recruiting process as much as possible. So blind resume review is also a really helpful and proven to be effective measure to evaluate candidates.
give everybody a chance. Like, if you know yourself, or I know myself, when somebody younger comes in, I'm like, oh, they don't have the experience. So if somebody older comes in, I'm like, oh, they're too old. They won't know how to use a computer anymore. You know, like, be aware of what your own thought process is and try to like get out of it, right? Try to like be aware of it. And when you meet somebody, believe in who they are and that they can contribute something, because everybody can contribute something. And it is important that everybody contributes something.